All right, so besides the fact that she can file a dismissal, which I made a video on yesterday, I didn't have a notification though, so if you want, check that out. There is a chance that the judge could grant a dismissal. It's somewhat unlikely, but it still exists. So check that video out. Now, if that doesn't go through, it looks like some tactics are going to change. So as it was reported last week, once the JD side of things wraps up their case, then everything is going to shift to AH witnesses. And that will be pretty interesting. I don't know what they're going to do since, if you watched yesterday's trial, Team JD kind of laid it all out there, and I'm going to go over some of that. But they're forced to shift gears now. Now, originally, AH was going to be the first person to take the stand for her defense. She was going to be the first person. They've shifted gears off of that now because of the fact that that psychologist came out and labeled her with 2 personality disorders. So they have to disprove that because that created a lot of headlines that weren't good for her. And I'm going to go over that in a second, but let's read a little bit of this. Amber Heard will now be the second witness for the defense as her team shifts tactics in the $50 million defamation trial with JD. The Aquaman star had been set as the opening witness in the defense case, as Deadline exclusively revealed last week. However, as it is not unusual in such trials, events have pushed a shift in approach after the testimony of forensic psychologist Shannon Curry on behalf of JD on April 26th. Heard's legal team, led by Elaine and Ben Rottenborn, have decided to put clinical and forensic psychologist Dr. Dawn Hughes on the stand in Fairfax County first on Tuesday. Heard will follow that testimony. Now, I don't know what this doctor is going to do. We've already had damning statements from one that put 2 disorders on her. And we also have this. So this came up when her nurse testified yesterday. This was the on-call nurse that JD had, works for Dr. Kipper, who was also at the time, and I don't remember, still is, her doctor as well. And if you look through the emails, there's something very, very interesting in here that I want to show you. Some of this is redacted, but I want you to take a look at this. So here's some of the files that were put into evidence yesterday, where she admitted, client admits to history of anxiety, eating disorder, ADD, bipolar disorder, codependence issues, and occasional insomnia. Are they going to address that? Because now you have this document where she's admitted it to a nurse, and the medical records are out. How is she going to blow that off? I don't think you can blow that off. It's in evidence. It's in evidence. They'll try, though. They absolutely will try. Will it work, though? I don't know. How do you get around that? They're going to have to address it head on. But as Team AH has a history of lying, who knows? They might try to blow it off and say that it's fake. I don't know. But, that psychologist testimony was so bad, it turns out that the reason that she fired her PR team was because of all the headlines created by that psychologist. And this makes sense. So now that they're putting their own psychologist on the stand first, this shows that they were really scared of that because it makes her look bad. It painted her as crazy. And it called for the Aquaman 2 petition. It caused the Aquaman 2 petition to blow up. There's a petition to get her fired from L'Oreal too, by the way. I'll show you that one before we end the video. But there's also that one now, and that one's getting some momentum too. That one's almost at 150,000, maybe hitting 200,000 signatures, because she's still employed by them. She's still a spokesperson for L'Oreal. By the way, don't buy L'Oreal products until she's removed. She's awful. She's one of the worst people. So I don't have a problem saying she needs to get fired from L'Oreal. She got Johnny Depp fired. She ruined his life. I don't like people like this. Tired of people ruining people's lives like this. There was a lot that came out yesterday. Tons of stuff that's going to be hard for them to kind of ignore. The op-ed being catastrophic to JD's career. We had multiple people come out and confirm that and say, yes, it absolutely was damning to the career of Johnny Depp. Tons of people. You had a Hollywood expert, his agent. You had a guy with Google Trends stats and numbers come up and show, like, yo, look at this. Like, it after this came out, he was screwed. Big testimony yesterday. Big testimony yesterday. And I don't know how they're going to knock this down, to be honest. I don't know if they can. Like, if I was sitting in that jury box, my mind would already be made up, but we'll see what happens. A security guard admitted she was throwing closed fists at him. Stuff like that. And then also more confirmation that the reason his career sank was because of the op-ed. Undeniably so. And it looks really bad for her. They essentially proved that the op-ed destroyed everything yesterday. As much as they're going to try to get around it. Hell, even her defense has kind of admitted it. And how are they going to spin that is the question I have. I'm really interested in seeing what's the case they're going to make when they start taking over with their witnesses this week. They're still calling witnesses. I think tomorrow they might wrap it up. Adam Waldman's one of the big ones still to go, and I think there's a couple more people. They might be able to wrap it up tomorrow. And then I think Wednesday, that psychologist puts her testimony out, and then AH might actually take the stand Wednesday. Man, I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. How do you think the case is going? Do you think that motion is going to get it dismissed? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Depp's proved his case? Let me know what you think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.